Hello everyone. You know, Today in this video, I'm going to explain my entire workflow based on which I've completed my assignment. But first of all, a quick story, around it that when I was trying to work on the assignment, I explored various different things out there. uh, I got to know about various new nodes, new workflows out there, and I tried to implement some of them. Some of them didn't work on my local PC, also on Jarvis Labs, like CAD VTON, like IDM VTON, and all of those things out there. But I do feel that this assignment has actually taught me a lot more for myself of how I can do things in ComfyUI, because initially when I joined the cohort I was not interested in it. I joined just for the LLMs part, the agents part out there. But currently I'm bit enjoying. I'm going deep diving into things out there, learning new stuff. Trying to implement those things. So very much thanks for giving me this opportunity out there. Now back to the assignment out there. In this assignment, I've selected the option 3, which is wardrobe expansion via AI, which is basically VTON workflows out there. But in this workflow, the best part is I was able to design this overwhelmingly big workflow, also getting good results out there. At least that's what I believe, and you will see further in my Notion doc, how and which kind of outputs I'm getting. But what I've specifically done is I have divided the entire workflow into three parts out there. So here you will be seeing this first part, or you can say pass 1, pass 2 and pass 3. The first entire workflow is around about outfit, and here I will just be working on changing the outfit and making sure that other things are remain intact. In the second pass, I would take the output from the first pass and I would just change the background out there. Other things remain the same. In the third pass, I would be doing isolating out there. So what this process helped me was to focus on the powerhouses of each and every workflow. For example, in IC lighting, ST 1.5 is what we need to use. But in painting, rather than going from for ST 1.5, we do have good options out there. For example, I've used RealVis. I've also tried a few other models out there, but they were not really great compared to what outputs I was getting through the RealVis. So yeah, this is a quick summary about my entire workflow. Now let's deep dive into each and every pass and understand what they are doing and what all components I have included in them. So this is the basic inpainting workflow. Here I've done manual inpainting out there rather than using SAM, because I also tried using SAM, but when we are looking at the shoot she is wearing, and the belt and the gloves out there, it was sometimes hit or miss for Sam, and it was not able to actually take the entire things. Sometimes it would take in a very well way. So I didn't wanted that hit or miss kind of thing. I wanted surety in my workflow. So for this one, I did manual inpainting, and specifically manual inpainting helped me whenever. Let me zoom in a bit more. Now you will be able to see that in some outfits I needed this neck area also to be used. For example, when I have used some accessories, you will see in my outputs out there, So for that thing I needed this entire area too. uh, but when I told Sam to include the neck, either it will include the entire neck or it won't include the neck. But it was like I just need this below part. I don't need this upper part. Upper part should be there, remain intact, else it will change few things in the neck won't be that realistic out there. uh, this were the issues specifically being faced. So I just wanted to avoid those things. So quickly did my inpainting task. Then it's about depth control. Use this control net specifically to get a better idea of what's in the foreground and what is in the background. And also the best use case of using depth was it also maintained my position well. We can do that with open pose out there, but when you are using depth, I found it equally great in positions out there. So also as needed to make sure that the positions and all of those things are the same. This control net is specifically helping me do the same task along with when we are changing my outfits. This is the normal text to image workflow out there, which we generally make. And this is a small prompt out there. Sometimes I have written very big prompts out there, which have pointers and all those things out there. And sometimes very small prompts work. So it is very hit or miss. I really like the scheduler class. I use that. Same with sampler. I am just fan of both of these things out there, and actually have got my hands in this two things as I'm using both of them, which are they both are quite heavy. So normally keep my steps at a higher end, which is 40, 30. I've also gone 50 for some of my outputs out there. Above 50 were not that great out there. Rather, it was a backward way of getting things versed. CFG, my guidance, as again, there's heavy things out there, scheduler and my sampler. So, I generally keep it at 8 or 10 out there. Uh, Now let's go at bottom. But before that, in my prompts, how I got the accessories is also a great part. I remembered that we had been given the task to learn about prompts before we joined the cohort, and it was the prompts, how the prompts are getting used in mid journey. So from there I remember that we can what we can do is we can assign weights, and using weights, assigning weights, I have made some of the accessories out there. So yeah, it was a great learning used here specifically. So here there is IPAdapter for output. I've used the normal ones using the weight type at standard. It also gives good result. Here I generally keep 8.81. All of those things. IPAdapter advanced uh, gave me bit better results sometimes. So yeah, both are well and good. Upscaling, I also tried using that because sometimes the resolutions are a bit smaller to what the base reference image I have. But no great improvement, so I mostly ignored it in my final outputs out there. uh, I've also explored about phase detailers. I got to know about it, so I have tried the entire phase detailer workflow. But what it specifically does was, sometimes it would highlight few areas which, when we are doing isolating IC lights, other areas would look pretty well, but the areas where phase data has worked, sometimes they would be bit bold. So bit awkward. I won't say that they are getting worse output. Sometimes it would even correct few small things and make face better, but it was a very heavy effort when I'm already playing with this big workflow where small tweaks can change your output out there. I didn't wanted to mess around with this entire thing, but I have tried few things, by enabling the inpainting, making sure that the inpainting is there on the face. I've also disabled it, tried it, got few good outputs too, but it's a bit very heavy effort. So for now, I've skipped that particular part, but still I've got good outputs. And finally, I've used detailers and layer utility, detail restores. Here too, very minute improvements, if I have to point out, but very rare to be seen by a naked eye for a normal person out there. But still, I've kept my detail transfer on, just to make sure that small details, at least in the outfits, are getting covered. Now, if we move to the second pass, now I will take the entire output of first pass and put it in the second pass. Here I have not used in painting, manual in painting, is because it would be have been an effort from my end to every time run the first pass, generate its output, then manually do the in painting, and then give connect the nodes and give outputs, take outputs from second pass and third pass and all those things out there. I wanted to keep a smoother workflow, so now here I've used SAM, which is working pretty well here, and I will just tell Sam to take out the face, hair, dress, belts, all of these things. If there are any accessories, I will also specify them. So all of these things are included. Invert the mask so that all of those things remain intact, and just the background is changed out there. Uh, so yeah, this is for in painting using SAM. Here I've used IPAdapter now for style transfer. Again, normal and advanced both work equally well. Advanced sometimes gives bit more refined results, I would say. So I've kept the advanced one out there. And this one is text to image workflow, our normal one. Here too, sometimes detail, sometimes very crisp post-wall prompts work out there. Here mostly I use the same sampler scheduler and RealVis model itself, using the same things. I'm just fan of this few configurations out there. So, and my hands are working well on those, so I just don't play much with this part. But yeah, steps and guidance is what specifically play mostly with. 30, 40, 50 is what I go till. Mostly here I play with 8 and 10 majorly, because with this heavy configurations mostly 8 and 10 gives good result. Sometimes lower guidance has given good results, but uh, it is sometimes, yeah, at least for me, I would say. Then before doing the third pass, my idea was to just do the IC lighting in the second pass itself. So I had used Juggernaut Aftermath here, and I had played around with things and to make sure that we are done in two passes itself. But unfortunately, at least for me, the things were not turning out that great. So I left that particular part. I also tried including the background IC light here. Did all those things. Download a new model for this particular thing. FBC, which is required for background, but no good results out there. So I have left that but entire section out there. I've also tried using a different latent, but again no. Either I was getting no good results or almost similar results. So I've just made it sure that I will just avoid it. Here too, phase editor I had tried similar issues like the first one, so avoiding it particularly. And finally, as we get the output here to layer detail restore and detail transfers out there, but almost no almost no, let's say, improvements. So have just ignored them, and so sorry, there are many things that I have ignored and still kept, because it is just for me to specifically understand that what I have tried, and what things have failed actually. I will try to improve the workflows more specifically, and just take care that just the working parts are included. But there's also a good learning for me. I've used whatever possible things out there, tried and tested and made sure, doing up and downs and all of those things. So yeah, and finally we come to the last pass, which is IC lighting. It starts with our normal text to image workflow using Juggernaut Aftermath. Not played much with the model here. This is my positive negative prompts out there. Key sampler, again almost same things out there which I had used previously. So I'm keeping steps at 30, 40 is what I found good. IC lighting here, the guidance is we need to keep it very low. So I have tried increasing it to up till 10, but as we keep on increasing, the things gets darker and darker, and bit weird things appear out there. So yeah, and here is my foreground IC lighting, and here too I tried the background IC lighting with it, change the models and all those things. So yeah, but not great results, to be honest. So I've just ignored the background one. I've also tried another foreground IC light, which is just the opposite of this one. For example, here what I've done is I've taken the output from the second pass, used the VA, and given it to foreground. And here for the same thing, what I had done was I had given this latent to this particular latent image. So yeah, I've played around with things, but almost no improvements, or sometimes even worst output. So have just ignored it. I've just used what worked in the initial first phase, and if it is not beating it in, let's say, few of the tries, runs out there, then I am just ignoring it specifically. And here to phase editor I have tried, but yeah, ignored it, because the standard issue which I had told in the first part, that it would highlight few things, and after lighting, it that particular part would sometimes come bold. For example, lipstick was coming bold in my case. I tried playing around with things, but yeah, it's not. It wasn't worth more effort. Let's say based on how gigantic workflow I was creating, and I was also running out of time. That was the biggest important thing out there. So yeah, this is what it is. And finally, as I'm getting this output, I've used add detailers, restoring, and all of these things for output, uh, and bridging that with restoring my background and all those things here, to make sure that details are intact, but there is no great improvement. So I've just ignored all of these things and just taken what output is coming out from IC Light. No detailing specifically was required or was making much major sense out there. And finally, upscaling, my image. This is also very optional because my images, the base image was very big resolutions out there. Uh, s- so yeah, let me show you that base image. Yeah, 3000 into 1250. So it was already in a great resolution, so I was getting great results. After upscaling, almost negligible improvements, I would say, very negligible, but still, I've just kept it. So yeah, this is my entire workflow that I built. Uh, you know, taking good amount of time, learning many things, many nodes out there. Here you might have seen bridge preview nodes, phase detailer nodes, and uh, background lighting things and whatnot. Those small things I got to learn about those things. So yeah, it was pretty fun, and uh, do see my outputs, and I'm sure that you will be amazed to see the kind of outputs